How you doing, baby? Happy Friday. Coffee and conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe, guys. Look at some of the videos, and if you see anything that you like, please hit share. I'm trying to be famous by the end of the year, and the only way I'm gonna get there is if you guys look at some of the videos, actually like it, comment, share, and let other people see it so they can do the same. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is how it works. So y'all, that's it. And today, I know today was test day. I know some of y'all are nervous. Y'all ain't even want to click on my live. And it's all good. I didn't come on yesterday. I took a day off. I came on Saturday and Sunday. So I had to do some little self-care, some little me time. So I ain't come on yesterday. So that's not fair to you that I didn't do a proper review and then hit y'all with a test. Like, that ain't right. That ain't cool. So today we're gonna go over it a little bit, and I'm gonna throw another manipulation tip at you. Okay, let's see where we at with it. This book is almost, look, I ain't got no pages left. That's how much we talk about here. So no test, I already said that. The main thing that I need you to focus on for the test is all the manipulation tips that we covered. Think about it. You might have to go back and look at some of the videos. Hey, Baskin, good morning, baby. You might have to go back and look at some of the videos, but go back and pay attention to all the videos that's labeled or with the topic manipulation tip or something. So they're going to be on the test. The adverse effect that the manipulation tip has or could possibly have on the children is going to be on the test. I know. Now you see why I asked you when we first got started. Hey, Cynthia, shout out to Flint, Michigan. Now you see why when we first got started, I asked you if you could stomach it. I know. Look at all this that's been going on these last couple of years. Some of you still ain't heard from your baby. Some of you might not never hear from your baby. So remember I asked you in the beginning, you want to go down this road? You want to travel this path? You sure you can handle it? Because ain't no guarantees here. Now, I told you that in the beginning. I can bring you all the manipulation tips. I can bring you all the book knowledge that I know. I can bring you all the personal experience that I have. But ain't nothing guaranteed when it comes to those babies. Y'all don't be knowing how deep those manipulation tips hit. That's why I'm saying that damage, that psychological damage. Oh, fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Now you see how your child really don't know what they be doing. For real. They really don't know what they doing is a bad thing. Now you see why it takes some kids longer than others to come back. Now you see why some kids never come back. Y'all grown adults. You on your deathbed. You still ain't reconciled with your child. Your baby ain't sent you. Then they come after the fact, want to fall all in the casket and throw themselves all in the grave. Nah, thinking about all the stuff they did. Now that they see what they did was a bad thing. But it's too late now. You gone. You ain't even here no more. So now the child has to live with that, the regret and everything, from not doing the right thing when you were here. Now you passed on. It's too late now. I know. See, the parents don't deal with that. The baby mama and the baby daddy, they don't deal with none of that. Like, people thought it was strange when my daughter lost her grandfather on the other side that I got up and spoke at the funeral. People thought it was strange that when she lost her great-great-aunt on her dad's side, on both those passings, that me and my children got up in the middle of the night to go over and console her. And we even attended the funeral. People thought that was strange. I don't get it. People think I'm crazy and like I don't know what I be talking about and like I'm on a different planet. Like, no. It's people out here that love on each other like that, even after the breakup. It's people out here that's friends. They the best of friends after the breakup. They take care of the kids together after the breakup. They go to each other's houses. They chill. They friends with the other person's significant other. Like, it's people out here that live like that. And that's a healthy co-parenting relationship to have. Like, do you really think your child is thinking about the growth and development right now? Their growth and development? Do you really think they're thinking about the fact that you're not in their life, that it's interrupting some things? Do you think your child thinking about the psychological damage that all this has had on them and the effect that it has had, not having their mom or their daddy in their life? Do you think the kids is thinking about the adverse effect that it has had on them? Do you think the children are thinking about how it's going to affect them as parents, not having a relationship with their mother or their father? Do you think that the child is thinking about how it's going to affect them in relationships, not having that connection with their mother or their... No, the kids ain't thinking about that, but we should be as parents. These should be some of the things on the forefront. When you going over the list and the reasons why you still got to be connected to this individual that you can't stand, you got to put the baby first before your personal feelings, and then you think about some of these things, because this is all the stuff that has been affected by your child with you not being in their life. Now you see how your child can be exposed to things that you're trying to shelter them from. I know. Now you see how you can create dysfunctions in your family. I know, ain't that crazy? I wrote a book about dysfunctional family, and then now to have dysfunctions in my family, right? I know, ain't that crazy? Now you see how you can actually start generational curses, how they are created. I know. Can you see how you can get rid of generational curses and start them back over? God damn. I know. Hey, Isaiah. Hey, Desmond, how you doing, baby? Do you do the potato thing? What's the potato thing? Isaiah, enlighten us, all of us who's on this morning. Hey, Instagram, checking in. Do y'all like when I call y'all name out? I was watching some more yesterday, and she was saying how sometimes people might accidentally come on somebody's page when they laugh. Didn't mean to come on, and then the person shout them out. Like, do y'all like me when I shout your name out? If not, I won't do it no more. Hey, Alvin. I'm sorry. Okay, now you see how your child can actually develop feelings of hatred towards you. I know. In the beginning, they ain't had no reason to hate you. You know, in the beginning, that was all the feelings that the baby mama and the baby daddy had for you, that they pressed upon this child for this child to hate you so much. But now that you have been taking out this baby's life in most cases, now the baby actually have a reason to hate you because you're not in their life. You're not doing... See, the child don't know the part that they played that pushed you out. They don't know that they were a pawn. They don't know that they joined in this fiasco. Yeah, they don't really know, and probably won't know the full extent of it until they reach adulthood. But for the most part, the child doesn't know that they had a part. So the child is still looking for you to be mama and daddy. Fix it, Jesus. That child is still looking for you to be the part and play the part that you played before they was taking out your life. They still looking for you to show up at games that you don't know nothing about. They still looking for you to call them on birthdays and you ain't heard from them and they ain't called you. They still looking for you to show up and be there and be present. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, because that's how their psyche works. Because that's the typical, that's the normal, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, so by that not being there and not being the way that it is, everything is off balance and everything, nothing is adding up. Nothing is how it should be. So yeah, they mad at you. Yep. I saw you asking about... Oh, yep. You know what? I'm going to try the potato one. For some reason, I think that one is going to work, Isaiah. And then if it doesn't, then I'm going to shoot for that cucumber one. And then somebody else gave me one. We on Facebook, Instagram. I'm sorry. I had put up a post about dark circles under the eyes. I've been getting some rest too, Isaiah. Yeah, I didn't think that was possible, but I have been trying getting some rest. And then somebody said preparation H. It's on the list. I'm going to try it. Yep, so now you see how your child starts hating you. I said that. Yep, because you're not there. You're not doing the things you're supposed to do. You're not being a mom. So whatever let's say that the narrative that they painted to everybody was that you wasn't doing your job anyway. Shit. You wasn't doing nothing anyway for that baby. Nothing that you did, shit. I can do it better. I can replace whatever you doing. I can put people in place to do whatever that person was doing nothing. Yeah, and that's probably why the baby don't reach out to you, because in their mind it's nothing. It won't be until that child becomes a parent that they realize that all the sacrifices that you've made, they realize everything that you did do was the right thing to do. But by the end, it might be a little too late. But for the most part, yeah, that's when it clicked for some of them, when they become parents. So, yep, they got reasons to hate you now, for real. I know. Ain't that terrible? Ain't that terrible? Now, the roles, we talked about creating boundaries. I'm going to throw that in there because your test is Monday. You have to tell people what your intentions are with the baby. In most cases, they already know, because when y'all was in the relationship, y'all talked about, like, my baby right now is living out the whole dream and plan that we created. Me and him created for her, and her included in the plan since she was a child. So that's crazy that she's doing everything that I instructed her to do, everything that I groomed her to do, but yet I'm not a part of that. The fact that me and him had the same picture for her and the same plan for her, but yet and still, I'm not included in that. So that means he had to make a difference in us. Just like he had to make a difference in my children, but they the same. My children are the same. They were raised with the same morals. They were raised with the same values. Like, a lot of the stuff they did was the same. They shared a lot of similarities because they was raised together in my home. So for him to go so far to try to make a difference, the only difference he did was made her disrespectful. And they not. They respect me as mom. She doesn't. That's a difference. I know. So fix it, Jesus. Fix it. But usually y'all pretty much know what y'all role is. Y'all pretty much know what to do and what not to do even after the breakup, because it's generally the same thing that you probably would and would not do in the marriage or in the relationship. So the only time it becomes, and this is not the manipulation tip for today, but the only time that becomes disturbed is if somebody is using manipulation tips and if they purposely going against whatever it is. Means they stepping out their role now, because they doing something they ain't even got no business doing or should be doing. Right? So that's why it's so important for y'all to have that family meeting with both sides of the family every now and then, to sit down and talk about the role, talk about your expectations, talk about what you want for the baby. Make sure everybody's on the same page when it comes to that baby. Like, we had family meetings often, because we had one. We had a shit show of one after everything exploded, and I don't even know how that was even... Oh, fix it, Jesus. I get a headache every time I think about my whole situation. But a family meeting was very important, because if we would have had one and had it often, maybe I would have been able to explain to the grandmother my reasons for her not taking her to the hair salon. I know y'all tired of hearing that. Y'all don't think that that's a big deal. But when you are the type of parent that I am, I'm a conscious parent, for one. And second of all, I've devoted my life to basically dealing and helping, working with families. So to see the inner workings of certain things and how they work, I actually imply it in my parenting style so I can prevent certain things from happening. Right? So for me to go so far, for me to work so hard, for me to put so much effort into certain things, fix it, Jesus. Just for them all to still come to fruition, fix it, Jesus. I have nightmares every night. I don't sleep. That's why I got the bags under my eyes. But if I would have been able to have that family meeting with them and have that conversation, I would have let the grandma know how bad I wanted to preserve my children's innocence as long as possible. I would have been able to go as far as how I used to wrap the gifts up the night before, and put the gifts out the night before Christmas, and bite the cookie and put the milk out there to make it Santa came, trying to preserve my children's innocence until one of y'all knucklehead ass kids told them Santa didn't exist. Yeah, but I went so far to preserve their innocence. So me not having her in the hair salon, listening to these fast tail ass girls, listening to these women talk about their escapades from the night before, as they should in the hair salon with their hairdresser, that ain't no place for kids. Mama, do your own baby hair at home. What the hell? Go get the bows and the ribbons and the beads. Do your own baby's hair at home. The hair salon is a refuge for the women to go and get away from these damn kids. Fix it, Jesus. Y'all done changed the game up. Y'all growing these kids up too fast. Lord, let them be kids. Let them play. Let them have fun. So if I would have had that conversation with the grandma, I would have let her know it's no need for her to be in the hair salon. I'm not ready for her to wear weave and ponytails down her ass like she about to go on 8 Mile somewhere and audition. That's not the route I'm trying to go with my daughters. My daughters, I want to preserve innocence. I'm grooming young ladies is what I'm grooming. I ain't grooming thoughts. I ain't grooming no tack heads. I ain't grooming no trollops. I ain't grooming no trifling ass little girl. I'm grooming a little lady. And the best way to preserve that is to keep her out of the salon around older women talking about their issues. So if we would have had the family meeting, I would have been able to express to her the importance of preserving innocence in my daughters. And maybe she would have stopped doing it. But the first line of defense was the dad. The dad, when I told him, he should have been the one to tell. But to be honest with you, I should have had a better relationship with both of them to where I should have been able to tell either one of them, and it shouldn't even matter, right? So the manipulation tip for today is when they're on board with something when y'all are together. Like whatever plan you have for the baby, like the youth program. He wasn't on board at first with the youth program, but as you see, as time went on, I started doing more meetings with the kids. Next thing you know, I'm having fundraisers. I did a basketball tournament. Him and my children, it was a beautiful event too. We had it at St. Cecilia. All my family was there to help out. Well, a few members of my family was there to help out. My auntie Linda came. She worked the door. My auntie Deborah came. She worked the door the rest of the day. My husband at the time and the kids was in the back doing the concessions. Like, it was my couple of my cousins came. Like, it was a beautiful event, So he wasn't on board at first, but once he seen how serious I was about this youth program, I'm still doing the youth program. So once he jumped on board. So it can't be after the breakup, now you're not on board no more. Now you're talking down about the program. Now you're pulling the baby out the program. Like, that's a manipulation tip. If you and your baby mama was doing something in the relationship as it pertains to that baby, and you guys were on the same page as far as the plans that you both have for the child, when y'all break up and one down talks the other or make it seem as if it's not important or does things to make it, not come to fruition on your end, yeah, that's a manipulation tip. Because they was on board with it at first. So, y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. I got so much to do today. Y'all, check me out tonight at 7 p.m. on Motor City Radio. It's going to be a hot show. That's all I can tell you. I'm out. Mwah.